Good morning, everyone. It's me, Eric from Heart Attack Man. Is my proclamation of who I am to the world on a daily basis. I know who I am. Do you know who you are?
There are a lot of people in this world I wouldn't dare cross, but when it comes to Eric from Heart Attack Man, I would rather be beaten, tortured, and buried alive 6 times in a row than attempt to trick or deceive this particular individual. I'm telling you, man, this guy's mind is not right. He wields chainsaws, hoards knives, and has an extensive collection of firearms. He has multiple identities, monikers, and personas he likes to play and act out, leaving you unable to discern whether you're experiencing the true Eric, a character he's playing, and then you begin to wonder if he even knows himself. It wasn't until spring of this year that Eric's madness was revealed to the world with the release of Fake Blood, the sophomore album of Heart Attack Man. Fake Blood is an all-out assault on the entire world. It reads as a battle cry for those that have spent their lives getting pushed around and taken advantage of. It's the anger that's slowly been building and boiling inside of you, growing bigger and bigger each time you passive-aggressively brush something off. Through dark, brooding subject matter and a no-holds-barred approach for lyrics, Eric and friends craft the most offensive album of 2019. Today we're going to take a look at what makes Fake Blood so thought-provoking, what makes Eric so special, and why Heart Attack Man is the band this scene needs. My introduction to Heart Attack Man was kinda weird and out of the blue. Many years ago there was this band called Modern Baseball that existed, and in that band there was a member named Jacob Ewald. On June 3rd of 2014, he posted a picture on Instagram of a Heart Attack Man EP with a caption that said, "Oh snap, we found the jams." I specifically remember thinking to myself, oh, I gotta check this out, but never did. Little did I know, years later, Eric would pop up on my radar once again. So at this point in time, it's either really late in 2018 or early 2019 when I began taking notice of Heart Attack Man and all the shenanigans of Eric Egan. Eric is very much known for his Twitter presence, purposely over-the-top, edgy, edgelord type of content made with the intent to provoke, grab your attention, and make you shake your head in disbelief. In your mind, picture what the term politically correct means to you, and Eric is the exact opposite of the image projected onto the walls of your brain. And I just remember being so fixated on the fact that this band in this particular scene of music was using political incorrectness to promote themselves and their upcoming album. Because ideally you don't want to alienate people and make them feel potentially uncomfortable, but Eric doesn't care. He uses that to his advantage. He uses that to amplify his message. Because sometimes doing the exact opposite of what everyone else is doing is what's needed most. Fake Blood itself was marketed as an offensive album, with Eric going on Twitter and stating that certain music publications wouldn't cover the record because of what's contained within. Whether or not that's true is neither here nor there. What's important is that by going online and creating this narrative that people almost don't want you to hear this new album, automatically makes people 10 times more interested. When something is perceived as off limits to us, we instinctively want that thing even more. It's in our nature. On the album, you'll find 3 different types of songs. Songs that are offensive due to the very nature of their subject matter, songs that were made with the intent to offend the person or type of people that Eric is singing about, and finally songs where Eric just goes off the deep end and loses it. And there's a good variety of all 3 on here. The first of the 3 tracks we'll be looking at is Cut My Losses, which is unanimously agreed upon is the most abhorrent song on the record. And from the opening line, you can already begin to see why. You told me you're gonna kill yourself and that it's all cause of me. This song is about how there's some awful people out there that will use ending their own life as a form of manipulation to keep you around and take advantage of you. As much as you want to help them, sometimes you just have to cut your losses. Out of every song on Fake Blood, I think this one has the most positive message, even if you have to risk offending some people to get it across. I remember being super happy when I saw that this track got an overwhelming amount of support, as I was apprehensive as to how people would take it. And I don't want to bore you with just sitting here and reading big chunks of lyrics, but here's a little snippet from Cut My Losses to give you a little more context. I can't help the fact you hate yourself and felt that you should take it all out on me. I don't hope you're doing better. I'll just cut my losses. I like the message because it's so universal. If someone is dragging you down due to their own selfishness, it's time to cut the line. They'll be fine. Low Hanging Fruit is a diss track of sorts, and it's pretty genius because it could either be directed at one particular person or a group/facet of people. Eric builds his lyrics very carefully and is big on people finding their own meanings in his songs, so I'm sure this song was structured this way on purpose. Don't want to think or have to form my own beliefs. Can you hold my hand forever? Make up my mind for me. In a way, it feels like this is directed at the entirety of my generation, or it could be your thoughts and feelings toward that stupid customer that always comes in your work and ruins your day. The applications are endless. meaningless. I'm helpless and stupid, pampered and spoon-fed, I'm shallow and lazy, a fucking baby. Sugar Coated, the second to last song on Fake Blood, is a song where Eric says F it and lets everything out. It's my favorite song on the album and it's so mad catchy. Hey, what's up? I hate your guts. Your dog charm is drying up. I hope you get your ass kicked because you're so painfully fake and plastic. These lines right here reveal a lot about the appeal of Heart Attack Man, because I'm sure we've all felt that way about someone before, but we never say it to their face, or even be brave enough to form a band and write a song about it. By being so bold and outspoken about his feelings, Eric acts as a hero to many, expressing their feelings for them in the form of a song. And by listening, the consumer is able to confront and begin to move past the rage that's been festering inside them. At this point, you may be wondering how Eric is able to tap into and empathize with the emotions of others in such a unique way. And there, of course, isn't a singular answer, but I believe there are lots of things working together in unison to create this special character. The first thing you have to understand about Eric is that everything is a joke to him. He's rarely serious and is always playing a character on his various social media accounts. Now, you may be thinking, Nate, now you've ruined the fun for not only Eric, but for future fans. But that's where you're wrong. Once you realize that Eric from Heart Attack Man is a joke/character, it's now your job to perpetuate the idea that Eric is not playing a character and is actually that insane. If someone ever asks me about Heart Attack Man, I always just say that Eric scares me or needs mental help or something like that. It's like an inside joke for people that are already Heart Attack Man fans and a fun little novelty thing for people that are new fans of the band and will soon learn the secret. It's a cycle that must continue forever. What initially drew me to Eric and his work is the fact that he has no ego. I'm talking none. Eric is one of the most selfless and humble dudes I've ever met. And by not making everything about himself, he's easily able to see the thoughts, feelings, and challenges of others, which not only serve to enhance his songwriting, but make it easier for him to relate to people and vice versa. By carrying himself in this manner, he's able to befriend and connect with just about anybody, making him a great companion and an excellent networker. Many people say that you should be yourself at all times, and that people will like you if you're just yourself. But very few people actually follow this. When you're constantly trying to fit into a mold or a social circle, you unintentionally put on creative blinders that limit how far your creativity can go, due to your attention being consumed by trying to blend in. Eric is an example of someone who lives by the phrase, be unapologetically yourself, and it pays off big time. It especially shines through with his marketing style and the type of content he creates to promote his band. When he was promoting Fake Blood, he put an orange beanie on eBay and through his superb salesmanship was able to auction it off for over $100K. The auction was obviously tongue-in-cheek, but the free promotion they got as a result of it wasn't. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Eric's unconventional marketing. Even the content he creates for his Twitter is uniquely his. Most bands are way too serious and professional to post a video of them talking to the camera or just doing a funny skit, but Eric does this without a second thought. He doesn't care if people think he's cool or not, because he knows that the people who deem things cool or uncool aren't that cool in the first place. By not compromising even 1% of who he is, Eric has been successful in building his fast-growing cult of people that think like him and have a similar dark, twisted sense of humor. And I truly believe this is just the beginning. Deep in my heart, I believe that Heart Attack Man is the band this scene needs. We need more offensive, thought-provoking groups to come along and make us ask ourselves questions. In the same way that punk rock is a rebellion against establishment, Heart Attack Man is a rebellion against the current climate in the scene. And it feels good. Heart Attack Man forces us to ask ourselves why we value political correctness so much, and why it's bad when someone goes against it or disregards it. Does being politically correct make you a good person? Does not being politically correct make you a bad person? These are all questions that only you can answer for yourself.
Check! Fuck! Check! Shit! Check! 1, 2!
Going against the grain, making an attempt toward progress, and offending others in the process is the most punk thing I've heard in my entire life. I'd like to end this video in a Heart Attack Man fashion, using the words of Eric to convey my feelings for the upcoming year. Feel my wrath and clear a path, you motherfucker. Thank you for watching.